All right. Welcome to Survivor NSFW. Jonny Fairplay. This is badass. It's like a fucking quadrant video screen. We are here with the Survivor specialist, Phil and Alexa. How you guys doing?
We're doing good. I'm excited that I got asked back. I didn't know Fairplay
I'm honored. Yeah. Like you guys weren't too bored by us or insulted, so I'm honored.
I was actually afraid that you guys were a package deal, and we only really wanted Alexa. But
Gosh,
That's not true.
we gotta bring Phil on too.
I'm looking forward to the Tuesday morning phone call from Fairplay going, that was a pretty good podcast, right?
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Actually, no. The only reason you're here, Phil, is because you can't divide 20 evenly by 3. So we just.
I'm just hoping that by tomorrow morning I get another weird Apple Watch gift because nothing's gonna top the one I got.
That's funny.
If anybody wants a special cameo happy birthday from Jonny Fairplay, he sent me a good video the other day. It was fantastic.
That was absolutely
Well, it's your birthday.
I showed that to my grandmother, Fairplay.
Oh, good. Did it kill her? Because
he's no longer with us. Thanks a lot.
I have an out. So it is Monday, January 13th, 2020. I have been on a cruise ship the last 4 days, I guess. And I just got back to talk to you motherfuckers. So apparently I lost something at life.
Yeah, you chose to get off that boat to hang out with us. That was a misstep.
Yeah, pretty insane. So, but it's crazy. We get on the boat on Friday. We did a Royal Caribbean Navigator of the Seas to Nassau, Bahamas. And so we get on the boat Friday at, I don't know, noon, 1 p.m., whenever it starts. And around 3 o'clock, we're just seeing what, because this boat has fucking water slides, an escape room, putt,
damn,
casino. I mean, just everything. Ice skating rink. It's fucking crazy.
Massive.
It's one of, so this boat, it's like, I think it's 10 years old, but they just did a remodel last year. So it's just fucking beautiful. And so I'm literally on the boat for 2 hours. And this guy comes. This guy's in a hot tub with a female and another female, and then a dude. I can break down who they are later. But anyway, he jumps out of the hot tub.
Oh, no.
And it's like, holy shit. And I'm just
like in a good way or a bad way.
I wasn't sure. I don't like guys jumping out almost naked from a hot tub, confronting me under any circumstance. It's just not the vibe I'm going for. Vacation, work, whatever. It's just not, And he was just like, Jonny fucking Fairplay. And I was like, yeah. And he goes,
oh my God.
Hey, I'm Zach. I'm a patron. And I'm like, no fucking way. Are you fucking kidding me? Patreon.com/Survivor NSFW. The real fans. And I'm just like, well, that's pretty fucking cool.
Let me ask you this. Did he know ahead of time and fucking stalked you and went on the cruise?
Maybe. I don't think
we have talked about you going on the cruise. Like, I'm wondering, did he book it?
No. He, I think right around Christmas, sometime before Christmas, he saw something on like a Facebook article. Anyway, North America's largest water slide is Coco Cay.
In the Bahamas.
In the Bahamas.
Yep.
Yeah. It's the island that you go to for the cruise ship. It's fucking awesome. And so they have the tallest water slide in North America. So he's just like, he's like, I love water slides. I want to do that shit. So he did that shit. So anyway, so that's how 2 hours in, that's how we start. And then
was his Lil Jonny Fairplay in between the two of you the whole time, or did he put pants on halfway through?
Well, I mean, he was wearing swim trunks. Actually, he's one of those guys that wears swim trunks with the underwear underneath. I am anti underwear and then swim. I don't get it. Like the whole
here's the thing. I get it. If you got the netting, you don't wear underwear underneath. But if you don't have the netting, you get a rash one time.
Yeah.
And you will I wear briefs the rest of my life underneath.
You say get a rash? Because I don't ever wear swim trunks that have the white netting.
Yeah.
I just wear like
board shorts.
Yeah, exactly. So you're supposed to wear something underneath the board shorts?
I always do, because when it's wet and chafes, yikes.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I've never. I mean, I use Manscaped.
I was about to ask, are we about to lead into it?
Ball deodorant. I mean, fuck it. Since we're here, you know, support for Survivor NSFW comes from Manscaped, who is the best in men's below the belt grooming. Manscaped offers precision engineered tools for your family jewels. It's 2020. You know what that means, Matt?
Yeah. New year, new me, new balls. That's right. What it means.
Who writes this?
Because listen up, hairy bushes, dude, are so 2019. If you're going to pick any New Year's resolution this year, let it be to take care of your junk. Manscaped is making it easier with their grooming products, Jonny Fairplay, which I've actually used on my face like an idiot, but that's a whole different story.
Yes.
Oh God.
The manscaping was brought up, but no, Manscaped has redesigned the electric trimmer. Their Lawnmower 2.0 has proprietary skin-safe technology, so this trimmer won't nick or snag your nuts. Manscaping accidents are finally a thing of the past. Also, so 2019. And please, most importantly, Matt, do not use the same trimmer on your face as you're using on your balls. That's just dirty.
It is. Well, I washed it afterwards, but a couple right before Thanksgiving, Johnny, I was like, man, it's Thanksgiving morning. I want to switch it up. I was like,
I want to shave my balls and my face.
I just fucking cut my shit into a goatee.
Has anyone tried shaving their head with it, or is it strictly for balls?
Well, I think it's just for you can shave whatever you want. Like Johnny tried to shave my taint last time he was over here, but it's definitely fucking for the balls.
Alexa, I think you could use a Lawnmower 2.0, and
I don't know. Also, I'll bring this up now. You allegedly have a 26-year-old girlfriend who's not me, so that is upsetting.
Well, I mean, I didn't know. No one told me.
I was listening to one of your guys' I guess right when you guys started dating, I was listening to one of your podcasts, and Matt, you mentioned a 26-year-old girlfriend, and I was like, wait a minute. Are they being creepy, or does he actually have a 26-year-old girlfriend? Worked out.
I just.
And we still got asked back, Alexa. That's pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it is me that Fairplay is after right now. It is.
Yeah.
Matt,
I know.
whatever,
It's weird it's weird not being the desired one. I don't know. I don't like it.
Well, it's 2020. It's a new year, but
because they don't use manscaping.
Yeah, I'm into some not manscaping down there on the females. If you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Johnny's all about that 70s. Anyway, you can get 20% off and free shipping with promo code Survivor at manscaped.com. Promo code Survivor, 20% off. Get yourself a Lawnmower 2.0 or some ball deodorant. Your balls will thank you. And there you have it, Jonny Fairplay.
Yeah. So thanks for the good folks at Manscaped for sponsoring the podcast. So fast forward to day 2, where we get off the boat in the Bahamas, and we're doing some shopping. I found it's crazy. I found there was a sign on one of the secondary streets that said skateboards, cool shoes, and vinyl records. And I go up there. The guy has like 8 skateboards, like 7 pairs of shoes, and around the corner he has this vinyl, and it was all these original fucking pressings from Germany. It was his dad's collection. I got Ice Cube, Death Certificate, Arrested Development, Digital Underground, Eric B. and Rakim. I mean, I got some really good stuff, and like I got an insane price. And like we're still walking around. I'm just like, fuck. I'm like, I should just go back and buy the rest of his shit. I'm like, this is.
How many albums did you have?
Because
vinyl's not light. So how did you get all the shit back on the cruise ship?
I only bought 5, but I went back to buy some more. I was gonna make a pretty good offer for the rest of what I wanted,
Right.
and he was none like he was the only merchant in Nassau that was not happy to see someone come back to buy something because he knew he had fucked up on my first purchase. So he was just like, if you are back, I'm gonna get you this time. And I'm like, nah, I'm just gonna stick with what I got. And he was like, you can leave. But yeah, but no, so the girlfriend, she's like, I gotta stop and see your frogs. And and it's a scene, they're doing the dancing and all the shit. So we go in, and this guy's like, holy shit, Jonny Fairplay. And I was like, yeah. And he goes, my gamer tag is Fairplay's grandma.
This is great.
And I'm like, wow. And he was like, my name is Julian, and I am a patron. You're fucking kidding me.
They're all following you.
And what? No, and the girlfriend's great. She's like, hey, you leave the country and you find your only 2 patrons. What are the odds?
I like her.
Most of our patrons are also from overseas, right, Alexa? We don't have many American patrons, I feel like.
Yeah, a lot of them.
Every time somebody wins a buff, we have to send it to like Europe.
I'm mailing one. I just like looked up to mailing one to London. It's $30 for shipping.
Oh no, we send him the money. He buys his own buff.
Oh, good idea.
Yeah, we've done that in the past. Survivor Specialist, baby.
Yeah, patreon.com/Survivor Specialist. No one's recognized me in a hot tub.
No.
Or at Senor Frogs.
Well, these were both Americans. They were on vacation, and this guy Julian, I believe his mom. He was there with his mom and his grandma, and I believe his mom's name was Christy, and she was a volunteer at Bob Crowley's thing and met you, Matt, and loved you.
Cool. That's all. Christy's her name.
Sure. I might be
shout out.
It all falls back to Bob Crowley.
It is a small world. You're an easily recognizable guy too. You know what
I mean? The hair is getting bigger. I like let's see. Day 1, I was wearing the heel Jonny Fairplay shirt. Day 2, I'm wearing the DILF tank top. I mean,
so you're trying not to be recognized, is what you're saying.
Well, I mean, these are my t-shirts. I mean, I used to make fun. I remember when I used to see a wrestler out wearing himself on a shirt, and I was just like, is that douchebaggy? Because it's a fine line, and I can't remember what it may have been, Raven or something. Anyway, one of the rest, it was just like, motherfucker, if you ain't buying your shirt, who the fuck else is?
That's inspiring.
Yeah,
it is a weird thing. I mean, because I sing in bands, and I always for a while I'm like, it's fucking cheesy to wear your own merch, but then it's like, fuck it, like, why not?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Who gives a fuck what anyone says? You know
what
I mean?
But it's like if you don't think you're cool, why is someone else going to think you're cool?
Right.
All right, so
I've
here's
been asking
one.
that about you, Fairplay. I don't know what the hell, man.
All right, so here's one. My roommate's the background on her phone is a photo of her balancing, walking in a jungle. Thoughts on that? I feel pretty negatively about it.
my background is
Blurry.
Blurry survival.
Oh, that's the Eric Reichenbach, right?
Yeah,
That's good. It's not, yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know.
I like that because it's like a cartoon.
It's a cartoon.
Yeah.
I don't have actual pictures. I've never had a picture of me as my.
I'm surprised you didn't walk around the cruise ship with a T-shirt that says, "Hi, I'm Jonny Fairplay. I was on Survivor."
Exactly.
At the rate you were recognized, he probably was.
So, no, I mean, I was rocking tuxedos, so I dress. I mean, that was fucking during the day shit, travel shit. So, but anyway, so
without further ado, everybody, Jonny was on a cruise. We're gonna do a whole fucking patron podcast on that shit. We are joined by Phil and Alexa. You guys are great friends of ours. You guys do an awesome podcast. They're Survivor Specialists. Is it with Phil and Alexa? Is there a tagline like ours is Survivor NSFW with Jonny Fairplay and Matt Bischoff? Tell our listeners right now, if for some reason no one has ever heard of you, which I'm sure they have, where can people find your podcast?
All right, so we're Survivor specialists, Phil and Alexa. We don't do the with, but little.
We're not
call-in
famous
again.
enough to do the with yet.
Yeah, not yet.
We're not there.
yet.
We're still on a first name basis.
I'm looking forward to the without.
Yeah, me too, man. Without Alexa, Survivor specialist Phil.
No.
No? Okay, fine. But we actually just updated our logos. We're putting intern to work, making him actually have to do something. So he is now updating the logos. We just put out new ones so that they're not just our cartoon Bitmoji selves. And yeah, you can find us on iTunes. YouTube is really where you get the good stuff. You can watch Jonny Fairplay talk all about how much he loves Sandra Diaz Twine and our Winners at War retrospectives. If you haven't watched our season 40 content, we got Jonny Fairplay, and with the help of him, a lot of other people. He did help us a lot. He helped us land Lex Vandenberg, which I think right now is our most viewed of the season 40 winner retrospective. So you can find us over there. And then on Instagram and Twitter, we're just at Survivor Specialists, but without the vowels in specialists. Keep that in mind.
Yeah, was it Twitter shortens your username. So I was like, oh, that looks bad. But
we got a new logo today too.
Did you? Let's see it.
Right there in the
This
top
one up here.
Where am I looking?
Top right corner, right next to Fairplay. It looks like it's on your wall.
It's impossible to fucking see.
I like it. Yeah.
Yeah. We went.
I thought it was on your wall.
Yeah, no, for the 40th anniversary, we went like gold and silver, and we have Survivor with the 40 instead of the V. So I don't know. It's a new. You'll if you go to at Survivor NSFW on our Twitter, you can see like the bigger picture thing.
But what we are doing tonight, Jonny Fairplay, is a draft. Explain what this is, because you tried to get me to do football fantasy crap drafts, and I said last minute, I was like, dude,
no, you always say yes, and then you hit me up 30 to 10 minutes before for me to find replacements for these things that you need to, kind of like the Circle and the Bachelorette, and if it's not Survivor, Matt is yes and then no.
Well, I tried because it's like I understand, like, okay, but here's the deal, you guys. This podcast takes up a lot of time. Like, we all have crazy lives. It's like we do the weekly podcast, we do a patron podcast, and there's editing and all this shit. And then it's like we did Bachelorette, which I fucking hated, and we did Celebrity Big Brother, which I hated at first, but then it was okay. I just don't watch a lot of TV.
Yeah.
And, I get it. It's like we do more podcasts and the listeners will grow and this and that, but it's kind of like, man, sometimes my time is more important to me than doing a podcast on a show that I really could give a shit less about. So
sure, we're killing it on the Circle. Like,
well, that's good. And I'm glad
Circle business. This show that came out of nowhere and everyone's all into it.
Well, the Circle, they did two seasons in the UK, and then Netflix hired the same production. They're using the same house and just doing the Circle for all these different countries now. Like the same production companies do it for all these countries. And so I watched like 6 episodes of the first season of the UK. I really liked it. I just didn't have time to finish. And then when the US version came out, like it's a 3-week event. They're doing 4 episodes every Wednesday. It started New Year's Day. And so I watched the first 4 and then did a podcast with the listener, Dave Westwood. And then last Wednesday, myself and Karen Eisenberg, one of our patrons over at Survivor NSFW, the Patreon page, she joined me. We did almost 3 hours, and we tweeted, and the people on the Circle are listening to the fucking podcast, and they're fucking hitting us up. And so, like next week or this in 2 days on Wednesday live at 9:30 p.m. Karen Eisenberg is back. I think we also have Marnie from School Counselor Goes Rogue is joining us, and we'll probably end up we're doing the final 3 episodes or final 4 episodes of the Circle Wednesday night, and then on Thursday we have Sammy joining us as a guest, Shuby the following week, Miranda the following week, who knows who else. They're coming out of the woodwork, but Shuby, like in his strategy in the Circle, is just like, hey, this person's dangerous. I think they're probably a catfish. However, I don't think people like them, and we can use them as a shield. And the other people didn't. They got what he was saying, but didn't, like really grasp it. And so, like I shot Shuby and Matt, like Shuby's like is like holy shit, Jonny Fairplay just followed me. Me and my dad love you. Survivor's our favorite show. And I was just like, hey, was that Shield thing you said? Was that a Survivor? And he's like, that's why I fucking reached out. You're fucking great. He's like, yeah, Shield is on Survivor. Where would I get that from? But he's running for governor of California. He has zero chance of winning.
I don't know, man. Anything can happen out here.
Yeah,
anything can happen out here.
Yeah. So, but join us Wednesday. It's really cool. So, but no, here's how this works. So I have the random name generator, courtesy of random.org. And we're going to do this snake style draft. So there's 4 of us. We will each get 5 picks. We will take turns. Say, Matt, you're the first person. Let's just say, for argument's sake, it's the order that we see here. So we'll go this direct. So it's Matt, Jonny, Phil, Alexa. And then round 2 will be Alexa, Phil, Jonny, and Matt. But let's see what the name generator shows. I will show you guys. He
claimed he was going to share the screen. I feel like I'm being lied to.
So how's the scoring work? Like how do I do better than you guys? How do I beat you guys?
I mean, you just have to guess. I mean, you just guess the winner, I guess. I don't know.
I didn't know the rules.
No one figured out the logistics. You get five fucking people and hope one of your people win.
All right.
Okay.
So
that's fine.
And it doesn't have to be male, female. It can just be any 5 people, more or less. Okay.
Hold on. All right. So I am FaceTiming Alexa and Phil's phone. If either one of them pick up, so I can show the random name generator. So we can show this is on the up and up.
All right, I gotta mute you. I feel like
2020. Everybody. Oh God, this is weird.
I don't know. Oh, here, flip.
All right, I've muted Fairplay.
Okay, I've muted too. Okay, so ready?
Random.org.
Here we go. Randomize. Matt, Alexis, Phil, and John, you motherfuckers.
He put you as Alexis.
Sorry. that was autocorrect. That was not me.
Yeah.
Oh God.
All right.
I'm hanging up.
I'm hanging up too.
Okay, so it goes.
It's not rigged.
Okay, Matt, can you
Alexa,
move? Oh no, you don't have to. We can just go. We just go like this, and then
so
like
Matt,
that.
Alexa,
we do
Phil,
the U.
Jonny, right?
Matt,
Yeah.
Alexa, Phil.
Yeah.
All right, so I get first.
So
I get first pick.
Unfortunately.
All right.
Now I got to go to my list.
Yeah, I gotta.
Okay,
you guys didn't see my list, did you? When I accidentally showed you the screen.
Yeah.
I'm fucked. Sanity is twine. Oh no.
Anchor, Matt, do it.
So here's
You won't.
So here's the deal. First of all, you guys, I am extremely excited for season 40 of Survivor, especially after 2 shitty seasons in a row in the grand scheme of things. I love Survivor, and I love all seasons of Survivor to a degree. But I'm ready for this.
To a degree, yeah, there was a backhand.
I'm ready for this season. I think it's going to be fucking awesome.
So is CBS.
And I'm hoping it is. But I think we're going to have a really good season. So my first pick, winner of Game Changers, Sarah Lacina.
Wow. All right. Sarah Lacina off the board. Why did you make that pick?
I like that pick.
Well, no.
I don't think anybody else would have done it.
I know you didn't mean anything by it, but that sounded
just
so
the
awful.
tone, the delivery of that one. So why'd you do that?
Why did I pick?
I like it.
I was always a fan of Sarah's game. I think she's a badass. I think she's someone that, is strategic, physical, the whole package. And I feel that she has a good chance, especially just looking at who's playing. It's like some of the old school players. Oh man, I think there's going to be a lot of people that are going to have possibly a tough time playing the newer school game. But I don't know, man. Out of all the lists, especially, I wanted to kind of pick a female first, and out of all of them, there's a lot of people I like, but I think Sarah's got a great shot because I think she's gonna, fly under the radar to a degree in some way, but she's also going to be a threat in other ways in her physical attributes. But I'm a fan of Sarah, and I hope she goes far.
I had Sarah at number 7 on my draft board, and She could have fluctuated higher or lower. I know that she's friends with Ben based on Hearts of Reality. I would imagine she's still friends with Tony Vlachos. And if the girls work together in any way, and if I'm a female, I would like a strong female as my ally, and I think she could go far. But that number 7 spot was in no way a compliment, nor like others. There's a few in that same boat, and I have others ranked higher or lower for different reasons. So, but good pick. You never know.
Go
ahead.
I just know Alexa's up right now, and I'm reading the chat, and I just want to say, Alexa, if you do it, I'm getting a new co-host. You're done. Like, goodbye.
I'm not doing it.
Adios.
And also, the queen stays queen. I'm not doing it. And I wasn't going to do it even before you side texted me, Phil, telling me not to pick her up.
Oh, please. I'm begging you. Would you like to make a trade?
Well,
no.
What do you have in mind? Talk to me.
I'll give you the 4th pick and the 5th pick.
That's terrible. Alexa, don't do that. You're going to get a good pick here.
So you get Michelle and I get 6 people. Did I do that math correctly?
No, you still get 5. He's going to take your other pick.
Well, no, fuck that.
No. Look, so instead of going one, so it's 1 through 4, then 5 through 8. So instead of getting 7, you get 4 and 5 instead of 2 and 7.
I'm just trying to weigh the options here because the main person that Phil can replace me with is intern. And do you want to do that, Phil?
Yeah,
no, not at all. Your audio downloads might maintain. Your YouTube's going in the shitter, Phil. Yeah.
Just throwing it out there.
I like Orange Mandarin just telling me to follow my heart. Alexa, don't listen to the chat. Just choose what you want. Thank you. I am going with yet another cop, Tony Vlachos.
Wow.
I was super low on Tony at the beginning, but Phil, you turned me on to him. Like, enough people have said, I think Tony's going to do really well. And I was super nervous for him. Game Changers made that abundantly clear. But the way that I see this game falling, all these fire tokens, Edge of Extinction, it's going to be a hot mess. He's a hot mess, and this is his type of game, and he's already done this. A lot of other people have played way more slower paced games, so I think he's going to be at such an advantage because he thrives in chaos. So I think I'm going with Tony. I'm really feeling him.
I love Tony Vlachos.
To pat ourselves on the back again, it was David Sampson who really convinced Alexa here to take Tony. He was so high on Tony. I don't think anybody's ever been as high on somebody as David Sampson was. He was so pumped when we were talking to him about Tony, and he just kept going. And then we actually recorded another podcast because we didn't think we were going to get anybody for 28. And when we recorded that, we recorded it with Vaughn, and all he did was talk about how great Tony was. So I'm not surprised Alexa did this. But I want to say that before they went out on the island, I put him at spot number 3, and Alexa looked at me like I was a crazy person. So.
Oh, no, I said I didn't believe in him. I also, hot take, I did not like him when I was watching Kagion. I was a non-believer. And look at me now.
There you go.
I had Tony 6 from the bottom, and I love him.
Right where I want him.
I think he's great TV. He underwhelmed on Game Changers. And my only concern with him is rumor and innuendo is 4 people said before we play, we want 200 G's just to set foot on the island. And he was one of those people. And if he's happy with $200,000, he doesn't play the Tony Vlachos hungry game that I want to see. So that's my only fear. So that's it. And that's rumor in innuendo. It may have never happened, and I hope it didn't. So, but that's the word.
Okay.
So I just died for the past 30 seconds. What happened?
It was just rumor and innuendo.
Rumor and innuendo.
Okay.
Yeah.
All I heard was 20 G's, and then my Wi-Fi cut out. I was like, damn it.
He didn't even say 20. He said 200. So.
200.
I would also like 200 G's to go out on the island.
Yeah. Well, apparently 4 people also felt that way.
That's funny.
All right. Tony is off the board.
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Do I get to do it? Fair play. Do you want me to say it?
I mean, you don't. I can say it. I can say it for you, and Sandra Diaz Twine is all yours.
He's so easy to please.
So the other night when Alexa's out and I'm at home, and my girlfriend is calling me on the phone, and she's complaining about like real life problems and like real emotion and all of that. Mm-hmm. And as that's happening, the Queen follows me starts messaging us on Twitter. And then she follows me on Twitter and like she's communicating, and I'm trying to be real serious with my girlfriend while I'm texting Alexa going, holy fucking shit, are you seeing what's going on? And I'm on a date,
so it's like it's a mess.
It's just a mess. And I'm like, I need to call you. I need to tell you this. And I'm like, oh yes, girlfriend. Yes, that is so serious. But also the Queen just followed me, and the Queen is communicating with me, and the Queen didn't know I existed. And now the Queen is like, oh my God, I wish I would have known this. I'll send you over like the season 40 DVD box set after it's all over. The Queen said all of this. Michelle Fitzgerald, my first pick here, taking her third overall. I'm so pumped. Thank you, Alexa, for not doing it. Thank you, Matt,
Phil,
for not
you
understanding how much I love her.
Yeah, I would have just to ruin your day taken Michelle Fitzgerald.
I know you would have.
I ruin Phil's day too often, so I wanted to let him have this.
Yeah.
I love Michelle Fitzgerald.
Yeah, I do.
That's a good pick. That's a good pick no matter what.
I have Michelle third from the top.
There you go.
So that one, that's a strong pick. I get back to back, don't I?
You do.
Yes.
Fuck yes, and fuck you guys. Yeah, Michelle Fitzgerald. She told me if she were to ever go back, if they would have her back, that she would play ball with confessionals, as she did not do on her original season. Mm-hmm. But I don't think she said that thinking there would be an all-winner season. Mm-hmm. So I think all bets are off, gloves are off. She gets no edit whatsoever. She doesn't fucking tell them anything. She plays an amazing game. Kudos to her for not playing with them. So, my first pick, one of my absolute best friends in the history of Survivor. I'm OG. He's OG. He's the brown-haired version of me, except he looks immensely older now. I'm going winner of Survivor Africa. Secretly a scumbag just like me, but with a very, very kind edit. Ethan's on.
Ethan's on.
Yeah. Hell yes. And Johnny, we've spoken a lot with Lex, and just some of our conversations, just hanging out with Big Tom, you and I and Lex. The topic of Ethan has come up many times on how the dude was way more of a cutthroat player instead of the kind of nice guy that appeared in the edit. But, I think Ethan is going to be awesome to watch. I think he's going to be super competitive and super excited to play. I'm just wondering if Ethan will be able to keep up with all the crazy advantages and different things. Is that going to be an asset to him, or is it going to be overwhelming to him? I mean, has he been watching Survivor as a fan the whole time?
He's been watching this whole time. This guy, I think, has an advantage in that he's been on his deathbed twice and overcame that, obviously, because it's not a zombie version of Ethan playing. It's the living one. And I just think if life had been almost taken from me twice to have any opportunity to do anything again, I just think you just appreciate it so much more. I mean, like look at, it's a horrific comparison, but it's true in so many ways. Look at Burton Roberts when he comes back in the Outcast twist. His life in Survivor was over. He thought he was done. He thought he would never play. That was it. And to be given that second chance, he just came through when Jeff says, your past has come back to haunt you. And then we have, and he tells us the challenge, and Rupert's like, we're going to win. I'm like, we ain't winning shit, motherfucker. Mm-hmm. Burton's beating us by himself. And Andrew Savage might as well just stop. This is game over. So for someone to be down here and to be up here, 18 years later, I think it's a really cool story. I think I think a final jury speech, very few have one as compelling as his. If he makes it there, he's a likable guy, and as I said, he's dirty enough that when you do see how dirty he is, it's typically too late, and I love it. So I mean, I don't know. We'll see. This is more heart than head, but there's a lot of head here too. So I think I don't know. I love Ethan Zahn as a potential winner.
I do too.
Yeah, I love Ethan.
Yeah.
I'm not going to complain.
All right, my next pick, I'm not as happy with.
It's your second pick.
I know. So I went with my heart last time. This one I'm going head, and we're friends, and we like one another. We did have an altercation in that for Heroes Villains, he ratted me out for pregame alliances. I thought that was kind of shady, but in the grand scheme of things, looking at Survivor in 2020, there is a Survivor society in which we're all a part of, in some in minor ways and some in major ways. And this player is a part of the Rob Has a Podcast network, which I think if Rob C were to play again would be a huge advantage. And I would like his chances in an upcoming season. I think this guy benefits from that. Also, I don't see him at the charity events. However, when I do see him hanging out with other survivors, he's hanging out with other winners almost exclusively. And, so that's and those other winners that he's hanging out with, I don't see them at other charity events. So I see many alliances and many friendships through Survivor networking that a lot of these other players don't have. And I'm going Tyson Apostle with my
Good
second pick.
You asshole. That's who I was going to pick next.
That's really what it is. It's just trying to screw over the other person. Alexa should have taken Michelle. People would have been so much happier. That's what you're supposed to do.
What'd you say?
You should have taken Michelle.
Yeah,
Everybody would have been so much happier.
I know.
I would have been so much
happier. But Phil, I wanted you to be happy.
I know. I hear you. Well, no, I like Tyson. Tyson was like him and James Clement. No offense to Matt or Johnny, they were my favorite players. Like the first time they play, like the first outing they had, it was James Clement, Tyson, and probably Eric Reichenbach. As crazy as that sounds to a lot of people, but those were like the three guys that I really, really was like rooting for from day one. And I mean, Tyson with his little like loincloth on, doing the dance and everything, and telling Debbie like, "I just lied straight to your face and you ate it up." I think it's all just so perfect.
That's the beauty. That's the beauty of casting to me, because those people who I love, all those casts that you just mentioned, and it's like it's crazy to see who certain people are attracted to and who you aren't, because there's certain people that love Cochran and look at Jonny Fairplay. He hates that motherfucker.
Yeah. Oh no, I thought Tyson was amazing television. I watched Marriage Boot Camp just to watch Tyson.
Hilarious on Marriage Boot Camp.
Yeah,
he doesn't take anything seriously, and it's the best thing ever.
Yeah, I mean, because like that, he was in a house of crazies, like crazies, and he's just like, okay, like, yeah. I mean, I guess he was there for a paycheck. I don't even know why the fuck he was there.
I didn't even know that was a TV show.
Yeah.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah, it's really good.
That's it. Okay, fair play. You and me are doing the next season of Marriage Boot Camp.
Oh, there we go. We have a podcast.
Yeah, it'll be great.
You found your new co-host.
Yeah,
that's it.
We'll alternate every week from the specialist and Survivor.
I'm so excited. I'm down. Yeah. My next pick is another one. Like everybody knows who I'm going to pick with my first two, so it's so easy. Like if you follow our podcast, like Alexa knows, like I don't want these people anyway, so she's like, I don't need to take them. I don't need to worry about it.
Michelle, I would have liked.
Yeah, and I know that Fairplay said that it was two of his top. That Michelle was his number 3, so I assume this guy was in his top 2. Definitely one of my better friends. Definitely from this cast, he's my best friend, but one of my better friends in the Survivor community. I got to take Adam. And I'm looking at Fairplay's face. I don't know if he's frozen or if he's
frozen or hasn't reacted.
He's not frozen.
I got him third from no, I don't have him that far. Let's see, 1, 2.
Third from the bottom is pretty low.
Oh, he's still counting.
I have him 8th from the bottom.
So almost in the middle.
Better pick than Tony, according to him.
Yeah. As I said, I mean, I
feel bad. Everyone's so low on Adam.
You know what? I mean, as a person, he's in my of this fucking list. He's in my top 5 as a person.
Adam?
Yeah, easily in my top 5.
Love
him.
Great.
Love him so
He's
much.
dope.
So, but yeah, I think he's going to be a fish out of the water out there. I think he's going to be like Rob C on All Stars. And I think it's just going to be.
He's just not as threatening as Rob C was going into All Stars, though. Like
I don't think Rob C was threatening to them.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if you look at that starting tribe he was on, though, he was the only threat. The rest of that tribe was Big Tom, Alicia, Boston Rob, Amber, and Sue Hawk.
Yeah, but
the only threat is Rob Sesternino on that tribe.
But they won't worried about him
because they could all vote him out. I don't think anybody's worried about Adam. But I don't think that they're like, man, he could actually like play the game. I think they all think they're better players than Adam.
Yeah, I think they think they're better players. And they're just going to send him home.
They could, but he's my guy. So I got Michelle and Adam. Yeah. I'm happy. I got the 2 people I wanted. I'm done.
Okay, all right. We'll see you next week.
You guys can pick the rest. I don't care. Just give me the last 2 people left.
Let's split them up.
You're gonna miss the BlueChew spot.
Oh.
Phil, you gotta stay for that.
I'll hang around. It's for when you get stuck with Sandra at the end. Fair play.
I've been trying to figure out like how to shoehorn that into conversation, and it just hasn't come up yet. So
it will. Don't worry.
Oh, it sure will.
Look at that, Alexa.
Hey,
look what she did there. It hasn't come up yet.
Oh, you missed it. All right, whatever.
No, I have a spot for it. I've been saving. So,
wow.
But I will
about it all day.
I will tell you about, or maybe I won't. Where am I at here? Go ahead. Go with your next pick.
Yeah, I was.
I like the dead air. This is bad.
I was hoping you guys would keep talking, so I'm still trying to think. I am gonna go with. This is a little bit of like fair play, like you said, head versus heart. I'm gonna go with heart a little bit here. I am a crazy Denise fan. So I'm going to go with Denise, I think. And this is a super different pick from my first pick with Tony. But if I'm going to pick someone super boisterous, then I have to pick the ultimate under the radar winner. So I think Denise is going to lay low. I don't think she's super involved in the community. I think she and Sarah have a relationship because they're 2 winners from Cedar Rapids, which is insane to think about. So I think that's kind of good because she's not going to be a gigantic threat. She's not like a Rob or a Parvati, but she's not a nobody. And she didn't play like a cutthroat game. Like she played super loyal to Malcolm. So I think that could be pretty appealing to people. And she's older than when she played last time, obviously, but I don't think that's going to stop her at all. If she gets voted out early, I still think she stays on Edge of Extinction the entire time. So going with Denise.
I have her in my top 5.
Yes.
I think if the girls stick together in any way, she's the mother hen.
Mm-hmm.
And those tend to last in the game of Survivor. And also when everybody got back and posted pictures when they got back, she looked like she was 80.
She looks skinny. She's looking real skinny.
But I mean, which could be like, but I can't.
Days on Edge.
Yeah, but 38 days on Edge will make you look like you're 80.
Votes for the winner from the Edge of Extinction.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. As I said, I agree with everything you said, and so as I said, top 5 I think is pretty strong. A lot of people wouldn't guess that I would have Denise in my top 5, but for all the reasons you mentioned, plus as I said, I think that mother hen role goes far, and like this game's going to be fast and furious. And to have someone to kind of settle you is someone you want to align with. And good pick.
Yeah, she's awesome. Have you ever hung out with her, Johnny?
No. She reached out. Zane Knight was he goes missing from time to time, and their season tends to worry about him. And Zane and I are from the same hometown, so she's reached out to me a few times during some of his hiatuses. And I've tracked him down and so we chatted during the time. She's a really nice person.
She is. And I got to meet her at Reality Rally because her season was right before mine, and super cool. She's tiny too. Like
super.
She
small.
is like super tiny, super cool. Her husband is awesome. Big fans of Survivor, and yeah, Denise is awesome, man.
We had a 5-hour layover from the boat. We were at the airport for 5 hours today, and we spent over an hour looking at Zane Knight's Instagram today.
I saw.
Holy shit. It is the greatest thing on the planet. Like, every picture is just an homage to Newport cigarettes, Wu-Tang Clan, and alien vodka. Like, and double cups for fucking scissor. It's fucking amazing. I mean, like, and my girlfriend just goes, double click. I mean, she literally I guarantee he's gonna, like, when he finally, because I'd imagine Zane Knight, I mean, you know, with all that Newport alien vodka and Wu-Tang Clan in his life, he probably doesn't check Instagram that often, but when he does, he's gonna be like, I'm getting in the DMs. Look at that. This girl's in love. So, but like, the more ridiculous, the more she's just like, why can't you do a double heart?
Yeah.
Well, my number 2 pick is one of the coolest survivors that I've met, and I've met many. This dude's just a cool, down-to-earth guy, and he's a fan of Survivor. Like, when I first met him, he was like, oh, Matt, dude, it's so awesome to meet you. He's just kind, and I think this dude is going to have a great social game. I think he's someone that can get along with old players, new players. Wendell Holland, winner of Ghost Island, is my number 2 pick. And I think Wendell, man, you know, it's like, I know some people are like, oh man, like, can he hang with the, you know, the big dogs, kind of like you were saying about Adam Klein being a fish out of water. I think he can.
I think he totally can.
You know, I think
he's Childish Gambino. I mean, he's more famous than them.
He is cool as a cucumber.
Yeah, he is. And I think he's someone that, looking at the cast of male and females, you know, he's going to be liked by all. So the only problem he's going to have is like, wow, if he makes it deep into the game, Wendell is one of those guys that can win the game. So, you know, I'm hoping he makes it far, but people be, you know, he's a great player, and he's a strategic guy, a social player, and he's good at challenges, and he's calm, cool, and collected. I don't think he's going to be over the top annoying. Like, if you have these players that are like, I'm Boston Rob, there's going to be a whole lot of egos going on in season 40. And I don't think Wendell's going to have that. I think he's just going to, like, kind of watch the fireworks happen and just play his game. So, Wendell, you're a badass, and I hope you go far, my brother.
I think the only thing that Wendell could run into a problem with is people kind of forget in his first season, he started out kind of on the outs. He wasn't really in it on that tribe. And for most of the game, he was trying to kind of work his way back in to getting into a majority, which he really wasn't in almost the entire game. It was just he was so close to Dom that the two of them were able to run it once the merge hit. But before the merge, like, Wendell was on, I think he was on the wrong side of the first vote that he was at, which for somebody who's as good as he is at the social game, I mean, so is Adam, so I can't really talk too much. Right. But for somebody who's as good at the social game as Wendell is, he was a little bit on the outs at first, and if he comes out too timid, people might look at him and say, could he just be an easy vote? He doesn't really seem like he wants to be here because he is trying to play it maybe a little too cool.
There
Sorry.
No.
Jeez, Phil.
Nobody says anything after that. Sorry. Now, everybody's talking you up so much in the chat, and they didn't talk at all about my Michelle and Adam team, so I'm pissed off.
Oh, yeah. Everyone's like, yes, Matt. I haven't. Yeah, Matt. Yeah. Look, here we go, Jay. Matt's picks are on fire. Yes, Matt.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Where's yes, Phil?
No. Hey, well, Phil
Burns.
Yes, Phil. Speaking of friends and speaking of enemies, then you're talking the Frenemies Challenge. That's Frenemies, Frenemies Challenge. You might remember them as Fanium before. Look, podcasts ask questions about upcoming reality shows that podcasters watch. What do you think will happen next? will answer those questions right, and you're one step closer to winning an awesome prize. Winning prizes for having a hunch on what's going to happen on the next episode of your favorite reality TV show. That's what it's all about. You're already obsessed with Frenemies Challenge. It's so easy to. I play Frenemies trivia games every morning right before checking Instagram and seeing what Zane Knight is up to and rolling out of bed. With a few taps, I am entered to win things that I actually want, like money. With the Frenemies Challenge app, you can play against other fans around the country and win awesome prizes by predicting what will happen on your favorite shows. And the best part is it's totally free. Play predictive trivia games while watching your favorite reality shows and win prizes. Some of your favorite former contestants, personalities, and influencers write the trivia questions, like me, Jonny Fairplay, and you play along with them on the Frenemies Challenge app. Check out the leaderboard, compare your scores with the other friends. The closer your name gets to the top, the bigger prize monies you'll win. $500 in prizes every day. Finally, an app that rewards your reality TV addiction. There is no other app like this on the planet. It's very easy. Download Frenemies Challenge in the App Store or Google Play today and play these trivia games like the reality TV guru that you are.
I didn't realize that was an ad until it was too late. What? Oh,
yes. There you have it.
I'll tell you what, though, Fairplay, that one ad read right there got me to go to Frenemies Challenge app. It worked.
There you go. I mean, win money. So Matt did better than me. And I know someone that won. I don't know. She won 300 or 5. I think she won 500 on the finale.
Really?
Yeah. So it's real. So,
all right.
You got money.
I'm logging in right now.
Yeah. So,
while Matt and Alexa pick.
All right, Matt.
All right,
So
Matt,
I'm next. Okay.
back on the board.
Oh man. See, just a little peek behind the curtain, as Jonny Fairplay would say. First of all, this is the first time in the history of anything that I've ever done what is this called? Fantasy draft?
Well, I
don't listen.
Clue number one.
I don't know. Listen, I don't have leaderboards. I don't have anything except pieces of notebook paper with the people who were on the show and the season they played.
Do you see us?
Somebody zoom in and text me that right
now. But the thing, no, I don't have my picks on here. I'm literally as you guys are, as we're doing this, I am dissecting what's going on. And
that would explain the Sarah Lucina pick.
Dude, Sarah's going to go far. Trust me. So my next pick is Kim Spradlin from One World, one of the worst seasons
I was going to grab her.
Of Survivor. I think Kim is someone who is, underrated as a winner. I also think her season was so crappy that, everyone said, Kim is at least the best thing that came out of that season as a winner goes. She's not super into the whole Survivor scene and community. She's not like Jonny Fairplay, for example, or someone that goes to a lot of events and puts himself out there in Survivor world, right?
She bought a shirt. Like the
she did buy a shirt.
The Richard, Rob, Johnny, and Russell. She bought the Parvati, Kim, Sari, and Sandra shirt.
Hell yeah!
Right before she left.
I love that.
So did she wear it out there? I don't know.
That would be amazing.
Yes,
but I think I think she's someone that's could have this plan of brewing since she played the last time. Dreams of an all-winners season. I bet you every person that's ever won Survivor has thought, could they do an all-winners season? And I'm sure strategy and thoughts and the game running through their minds has happened. And I'm sure that's happened with Kim. She's smart as can be. And I think she could go really far into this game. Kim Spradlin.
I think that's a really good pick. And I feel like, I wonder if she's going to come in with a chip on her shoulder because she absolutely crushed it her season, yet everyone discounts her. So like, if I'm her, I want to come in and say like, all right, I can be as charming and as good against all these winners. So I'm super excited.
And she dominated her season as well. It wasn't, I mean, it was a shit season, but it wasn't because of her.
Right.
In spite of her, it was a shit season.
In spite of her.
Yeah.
But Troy, I like Troy's. I mean, there's people that I still remember from that season. You know what I mean?
Leaf. Yeah.
Leave.
The first person who comes to mind, I think, One World.
Yeah. So, all right, Alexa, you're on the board. You're on the clock.
1 o'clock. All right, I am going with.
Oh no.
Where'd he go?
Matt.
Oh God,
Where do you
gotta
think he
go.
went?
Oh
Where do you-
no! I thought it happened at the desk.
Well, no, he has some decency because you're here.
Yeah.
Oh come on! All right, so I'm not going for him. I'm going with Natalie Anderson. Because I don't think any of you guys are gonna pick her. Maybe Matt, but he's so upset that he left.
Yeah, I had her fifth from the bottom.
Yeah, I didn't have Natalie very high at all.
A lot of people don't, but I think with her, she's kind of my middle ground between Denise and Tony, where I think she's involved in the community, but I don't think doesn't seem like she's at every single event. So I like that because I feel like people who are too connected, that could come back to haunt them. And she's also, yes, like she can be abrasive. It's fucking amazing TV, but she's smart. She's a really smart player. And so I think she'll know when to be aggressive and when to dial it back. And again, this game is going to be aggressive. And I think she's really going to benefit from that. How was your pee?
Oh, it's great. I could hear everything through my headphones as I was pissing to my little John.
Jonny Fairplay. When you left, I was like, I thought he did it at the desk.
Well, I didn't want to fucking freak people out. So
yeah, that's what
me out anyway, man. I could still like feel it right over there. I watched where Fairplay is on my screen, and I'm like, dang, he's just pissing behind Fairplay.
I felt it too.
Yeah, did you?
I felt a small disturbance in the force.
Oh shit, that's funny.
So good.
Well, Alexa, I'm glad you took Natalie because I was never going to take Natalie.
Yeah, I figured none of you guys were going to take her, so I was like, I'll let her fall.
She is shockingly not one above Sandra Diaz-Twine at the bottom of my list.
I'm liking the way that this draft is shaping up here. I still have Amber and Rob on the board coming into my third round here. I'm very shocked at that.
They're both yours.
Really? You mean I can have them now? No, I'm going to do this, and I like them.
Oh, God.
I'm surprised he hasn't been taken yet. And I really hope that Fairplay wanted him next. I'm taking Nick Wilson.
Not who I thought you would pick.
He's up there. He would not have been my next pick. But
okay. Well, you had two left, so I was hoping that one of them would have been him because I know
he would have been my third.
Nick.
He's third left on my list.
Okay.
So,
well, then there goes everything. I only took him because I hoped you were wanting him. So
I love him. I mean, like,
fuck me then, yeah.
If it was a heart pick, he's next on my list. If it's a heart pick,
considering I'm only picking with my heart, I figured that's what you're doing too.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to fucking win this motherfucker.
No,
so
I don't like that. That's stupid. That's amateur hour. I got Nick Wilson on my team now. But I mean, I now have the winner of season 32, the winner of season 33, and the winner of season 37 on my team. So clearly a little recency bias here. But I don't know. Like Nick could win this, right? I mean, everybody I've talked to says he's going to get between 6th and 8th, which I think is so specific because everybody has said that. Nobody thinks he's going to get higher than that. Nobody thinks he's going to go home early. Oh. But maybe they just fall for it again. And he was supposed to go home at 6 last time too. And then that's when he started really turning it on. So maybe he can do it again.
Yeah. I'm hoping the OG Shucks works. I'm scared it doesn't. I'm scared that they don't care enough to fall for the OG Shucks.
Yeah.
I think it. Can you guys hear me? Did I lose myself?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, we hear you.
I think it will still work because even like he played cutthroat, but it doesn't seem like he did just because he has an accent, which is crazy. So I think it'll work again.
Yeah.
No, I think he could potentially play a similar game to Adam Klein, but just much better.
Yeah. So, I can't agree with you because I took Adam first, but I have both, so I'm chilling.
Yeah. No. So, no.
I don't think the alliance names work this time, though.
Right.
I don't think Nick's gonna name alliances this time.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that was good timing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, am I on the board?
Twice in a row.
Back in a row.
All right. I am going the route of Phil with his first pick, and Alexa with her second pick, and I'm going under the radar female winner that does not help production whatsoever in any fucking way so that they can't fuck up her game. This girl hasn't done anything with anyone in years. And then out of nowhere, after filming season 40, then she's hanging out with Wendell and Sandra Diaz Twine and having yacht parties in fucking Norfolk, which is fucking 3 hours for me, but I didn't get the invite. So really not super excited.
Salty pick.
Yeah. And it also bothers me that she's hanging out with Sandra. I'm like, when did you guys get to hang out? But maybe she's hanging out because she didn't get a chance to hang out with her on the edge of extinction. I like Danny Boatwright with this pick.
I actually thought you were taking Amber until you said yacht party.
I thought he was taking Sophie until he said yacht party.
I thought he was picking Sophie as well.
Yeah, I thought it was Sophie, and then he said yacht. I was like, I think so.
Danny was on a yacht.
No, Danny Boatwright. I mean, like, as you know, same as Michelle and Denise, just really didn't participate with production, and it worked to their benefit immensely. So Danny Boatwright, possibly the most purple edited winner in the history of the show, even more so than the others.
Not Natalie White, who is also on this season, as much as she was on Samoa.
Can I pick Natalie White?
Yes. My 21st pick is I'm still you know what? You can have Natalie. I'll take Chris Underwood.
There you go. I'll take Doherty too.
Disgraced, shamed winner, Chris Underwood. Yeah, so that's Danny Boatwright. My next pick, this one fucking hurts. Jesus fucking
Are you gonna
Christ.
do it?
Yeah, I gotta do it. The person I feel played the greatest game in the history of Survivor ever was not Jonny Fairplay, was not anyone that most people will fucking mention. It is the second place person in Heroes Villains, Parvati Shallow.
Wow. You sound so upset.
I mean, I'm out of everyone on this list, I'm more excited to see this person play than any other fucking Survivor, because I think every Survivor other than her could potentially play the exact same fucking game that we've seen them play every time they've ever fucking played it. Every fucking one of them could do that. Parvati Shallow cannot. You add a husband and a kid to the equation, she cannot play that temptress role as effectively as she did. Once you add a husband and a kid, like, it's just like, you don't really think she's gonna fuck you.
Yeah, but I mean,
that's not what I thought you were going to say.
It's a great but.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But I mean, but fair play, it's like the same. Like, what if, like, if you were to play again, they might be like, Johnny does a podcast with one of the nicest survivors that Johnny's ever met, Matt Bischoff. Johnny, has this girlfriend and 2 sweet daughters. We see him on Instagram. This isn't the black-hearted asshole that we saw on Pearl Islands, or the cutthroat type player. What do you think about that comment? Can you defend yourself? Is Jonny Fairplay going back out there the ruthless villain that once was, or are you, hey, my social game is, you see a nicer Jonny Fairplay?
I'm not playing the same game because I'm not the same person. I was a 30-year-old single dude living in Los Angeles with not only did I not have a wife, not only did I not have a girlfriend, not only did I not have kids, I didn't have a desire for a wife or kids. Zero.
Right.
If you ask my dream was to never have a kid.
Right. Yeah.
Ever.
Mm-hmm.
So that person doesn't exist in 2020. So yeah, I'm playing a different, like I wasn't going to church every Sunday.
Right.
Yeah.
We know that's all a facade, though.
Yeah.
It's just a backdrop of a church. So I think the truth's somewhere in the middle. I don't think she actively flirts, but like,
yes, she does.
Oh, no. I'm saying I don't think she will actively flirt, but I mean, like, she could blink at me and I'd be like, okay. Like, I'm in. It's just like it's her aura. It's just who she is.
She has a power of persuasion. So and even subtracting flirtation from it, I think, is still there. So, but I'm just curious to see, as I said, for her to play what I consider the best game I've seen anyone play in the history of Survivor and Heroes Villains. I mean, she has it in her to play the greatest game in the history of Survivor. So, like, let's see her do something now. Like, you know, like I don't think she forgot how to play. You know, and she didn't necessarily. I mean, like, honestly, if she was single and people see, you know, that whole flirt thing and all that, you know, maybe even without a husband and kids, she doesn't even do that because we've seen that. Like, I think she has the potential for an adaptability unlike any other player. I mean, she is the exact fucking opposite of Russell Hantz.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, but speaking of her sensuality and sexuality, remember the days when you were always ready to go?
There it is.
Guys, let's talk about sex. Good sex.
You can increase your performance, Jonny Fairplay. Get that extra confidence in bed with BlueChew.com. That's blue like the color blue. And Jonny Fairplay, I know for a fact that you took some Blue Chew on the cruise that you took this couple days ago.
Oh, I just
am I right or am I wrong? You took some today.
Oh, no, I didn't take some.
Is this happening right now?
No, I just got back today. I took a Blue Chew Friday, Saturday, and so I took a Blue Chew 3 days in a row.
Wow. Would you say you're addicted to Blue Chew?
Are you okay?
There was dick in the equation. I will say that I'm not gonna get into details, but I will say this. I'm just gonna throw some numbers at you.
Show me the math.
3 days, 15 times.
Oh gosh. Sounds strenuous.
and much like a match at WWE Extreme Rules, no holds barred. Blue Chew brings you the first chewable with the same FDA-approved active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, so you know they work. I fucking guarantee it. Now you can take them anytime, day or night. Trust me, I did. Even on a full stomach, believe me. Even on an empty stomach, trust me. And since they're chewable, they work up to twice as fast as a pill, so you can be ready whenever the opportunity arises. And boy, did it. If you could benefit from extra function and more confidence where it counts, Blue Chew is the fast and easy way to enhance your performance. Blue Chew is prescribed online and shipped straight to your door in a discreet package, so there's no awkward in-person doctor's visit, no waiting at the pharmacy, and best of all, no, awkwardness, as I said. They're made in the USA, and since Blue Chew prepares and ships direct, they're cheaper than a pharmacy. And right now, we've got a deal for you. Tell them, Matt.
Right now, go to BlueChew.com. You get free Blue Chew, #SuperHardDicks, and use the promo code Survivor, and you just pay $5 shipping. Again, that's BlueChew.com. Promo code Survivor. Try it for free, and you too can fuck 15 times in 3 days.
Blue Chew is the better, faster, cheaper
I'm
choice.
Exhausted.
And we thank them for sponsoring the podcast.
There you go. Well, what I was going to say before that is good pick with Parvati, but damn.
What can I do so assuming we get invited back, how can I be a part? Like, how can I get to read some of the ad read?
You can read it. Johnny will text you the fucking. I want to hear you read it.
I would absolutely love to read it.
If you do the read, I'm taking a Blue Chew.
I was
we're not going live on this one, and Phil and Matt are not invited. I just want to hear about the same FDA-approved active ingredients.
You can do it with a full stomach or an empty stomach.
There you
Oh,
go. I filled some stomachs. I covered them.
Oh my goodness. Gracious.
Mother of God.
Yep. This is a good 3 days.
So Phil,
I'm supposed to pick after that.
yes, you are up for your number 4. Is it number 4 pick? Right?
Yeah,
Number 4. So I only got 2.
Yep.
So whoever, I just want everybody to understand this right now. Matt, Alexa, and myself are the only 3 people who are still picking in this draft. Jonny Fairplay will be stuck with whoever the fuck we give him.
Oh,
Let's team up, guys.
Yes.
We
All
all
right.
know who the hell Jonny Fairplay is getting here. And I just want to make sure that we're all in agreement on who Jonny Fairplay is getting.
I don't know.
Okay.
The only thing that will really upset me is if you guys leave me with Jeremy Collins. Oh man, I would be so
Don't you
angry.
dare.
Whatever you do not give me Jeremy Collins as my last pick.
I just want to say with the Parvati, I'm very excited. I was actually going to take Parvati here. I'm
So
very
is
excited.
Fairplay.
There's so many there's so many people we get so tired of watching. We've watched Boston Rob so many times. We watched Sandra so many times. And, we watch so many people so many times. And Parvati, it felt like we were exhausted on her. And now it's been so long that I was actually shocked how excited I was to see her again. Another person I'm very excited to see again, though, who we've only seen once, who I think it's just been too long of a time coming. And even if this person bottoms out and fizzles out right away, I just want them on my team so I can root for them. I have Yul Kwan here. I would have rather had Ethan than Yul as my old school person, but it's like we haven't seen Yul since season 13. There's still people who say Ozzy played a better game than him. I want to see what he can do with this type of game because the guy is always thinking he's a brilliant dude. What can he do when there's a million different things being thrown at him and he barely knows these people and he's like gone on and lived his life, unlike most of the people who played, recently who are still so enamored in it. They just want to play again. He wasn't in the era where people were playing all the time. So, I mean, he could do really well. I don't see him ever winning. But at this point, I don't really see anybody left winning. Maybe Jeremy, but that's it. So I'll take a chance on him, and I just think it's going to be fun to watch him try to adapt to this game.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yul Kwan is the only winner that makes Tommy look exciting.
I hope that Yul breaks out of his shell a little bit with this.
Yeah, I fell asleep when you were discussing Yul's attributes. So.
But
were they good?
to see someone play that hasn't played in a long time, that hasn't played 50 times, is going to be fun. So
Yul's a big when we heard about the cast, holy fuck, how did they get him kind of guy, and I really liked that.
Yeah, Yul. I think he's easily one of the smartest players to ever win. I've talked with Yul. We had an alliance going into fans versus favorites, and then he didn't. And I asked, I was like, "What happened?" And they strip said he was a red herring. They're like, we had no plans to bring Yul back. So that tells you what they think.
Yikes.
So I don't know. I mean, I like the guy on a personal level. Television wise, I think he's a little on the boring side. And but I mean, let's think post Survivor. This guy, he's he's one of the hosts or has been a host for Shark Week.
Yeah.
I mean,
really?
Yeah. So no, Yul's been out there, and so maybe this is a different version. I just feel with potential alliances on paper going into the game that he's kind of odd man out, and I think he's smart enough to survive the initial blast, but I think he's a pretty early casualty just because he's kind of odd man out.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean,
but I think Brain's taken further than someone that in that same position.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So. Okay. So I don't know why Jeremy fell so much, but I don't know if I want to take him or not.
I mean, don't leave him for whatever you do.
Don't do it.
God, I would be so angry.
I am going to do something crazy, and I am going to take
please,
the winner of Survivor All Stars, Amber Mariano. I think I don't know. I think why get rid of her? Why vote her out? Everyone, her husband just had a fucking statue made of him. Get rid of him. Yeah. There is no intimidation factor. I think like similar to Kim, where we were talking about like, oh, Kim could come in with a chip on her shoulder. Amber should, but I don't know if she will. And so I think if Amber floats around, she'll be there for a really long time. I'm taking Amber.
I think that's a solid. I think like when the cast was announced and they said, like this is 20 individual people playing the game. That Rob's not voting for Amber and Amber's not voting for Rob to get rid. Like it's an insult to the other players that you have two people that will not fucking turn. Other say there's a couple friends. Like Boston Rob and Lex on All Stars. Those are friends, not married friends going into the game. And Boston Rob fucked over his friend.
Yeah,
these are husband and wife. They're bringing home that money to their family. They're not fucking over their significant other. So it's a fucking slap in the face to the other people. However, you've guaranteed that fucking Boston Rob is an early boot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because you've made that target twice as fucking big by putting his fucking wife there.
Yeah.
So I think Boston Rob because you have to break them up. I mean, it's just if you don't break, I hate the entire cast if they don't break. I mean, it's just you're stupid.
It's fucking insane that the husband and wife are playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that being the case, you have to send one home. You send home the most dangerous. That's Boston Rob.
Right.
But if you have Amber and you lose your first challenge and Amber's who you have on your tribe, aren't you voting Amber out first? I'm voting Amber out first every time because they have a 1 in 10 chance of winning this season. Everybody else has a 1 in 20 chance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Well, no, but if you have a I'm sending home Boston Rob first, and you send home the most. So once you send home Boston Rob or to the edge of extinction Boston Rob, then you have Amber, who is possibly the weakest player out there, the smallest threat of any remaining player out there, and she survives because of that.
Yeah, so.
I totally agree.
Yeah, so good pick, very good pick. I mean, I don't think she deserved to be on the first All Stars. I think she did nothing to earn that spot.
She was, good enough when Elizabeth Hasselbeck and Colleen Haskell didn't want to play that they could be like, hey, Amber, you want to play?
Yeah.
I'm also secretly taking Amber because she probably took Tina's spot, and I love Tina, so I'm secretly just picking Tina.
I don't think she took Tina's spot. I don't.
Yeah. Maybe not, but in my head she did.
I like the justification though.
Right on. Well, moving on to my number 4 pick. I thought someone was gonna pick this dude, but they haven't. One of the nicest winners to have ever played the game. I have not met this guy in person, but I loved him on both his seasons. I love watching him on social media. Jeremy Collins, winner of Survivor, second chances, and man, I just see again like a Wendell. This guy is. He's not going to be annoying and pissing people off. I know a couple of people commented like, Jeremy's a kind of a boring player, but I disagree. I think, the dude's a firefighter. I think that he's got, hasn't got that stigma of playing a million times like some players. And I think Jeremy has a decent chance. So I'm stoked to have him as my number 4 pick.
That feels like the steal of the draft, and I don't know why he fall. I don't know why he fell so far either. I guess I'm not in touch enough with how you both feel about him. I always feel like whenever Alexa and I do anything, everybody who we always have as a guest or whatever always says Jeremy's going to win. So I barely have put any thought into Jeremy and where I would take him because I just assume he's going to be gone every time. And I took Nick and Yule before Jeremy, but I think it's just because I almost forgot Jeremy was still there. Because why was he still there? So I think that's a great pick, and you could really have the perfect team here if you take the right 5th person, man.
Right on.
I love Jeremy.
Have you met and hung out with Jeremy, Johnny?
No, we've I think we've talked on the phone. That's it. So and just class guy.
Well, let me just ask you that. So Phil and Alexa, have you guys met and hung out at charity events?
No.
Many of these people are not. Have you guys met many survivors in real life?
Phil, you've been more than I have.
Yeah,
I've been to a couple
recently.
finales.
Recently, I've been able to meet a bunch because I've gone to the last bunch of finales. Like since
we've met like
since Heroes,
recent.
Healers, Hustlers, I've met pretty much everybody from the season.
Yeah, we've met recent seasons. People from
Gotcha.
recent seasons.
Now, Jonny Fairplay, I've met a fair amount of some of these people, but honestly, a lot I have not. How many out of these 20 players have you met, or who have you not met out of this list?
Ooh,
I'm just curious. So Yul Kwan, you met him?
We talked on the phone because we had an alliance,
But you have not met him.
not in person. We talked many times on the phone.
Okay, so you know Ethan, you know Boston Rob, Tony Vlachos.
We've talked on the phone.
Okay, Jeremy Collins,
On the phone.
Adam Klein. Yes, we've hung
In
out with
person.
him. Ben,
In person.
Wendell, obviously. Nick, yes. Tyson, yes. Poverty, yes.
Yeah.
Sandra, Amber. I'm sure you've hung out with
Yeah.
Danny, Sophie, Kim.
Not Danny.
Not Danny.
No, I take that back. I met Danny. Back in the
Officer
day.
Sarah.
I threw Danny's finale party.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So you met pretty much all of them. So you're gonna have a hell of a time of just this is probably gonna be a mind blown season for you, kind of. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people.
There's plenty I don't like. I mean, I'm looking. I'm looking forward to there's people on my team I don't like.
Yeah,
you know?
right.
And so no, I just because I met you doesn't mean I like you.
Well, of course,
Yeah.
right.
So,
But
so
I think. Are you looking forward to this based off? Well, I ask you everyone this. So, there was talk of Survivor 40 being legends. That did not happen. It's all winners. So, Phil and Alexa, are you more stoked that it's a winner season, or would you have preferred like a legend season?
I feel like this is a trick question.
There's no trick to it. I'm just curious if
there is one wrong answer.
Yeah. Would Fairplay have been on Legends? Because I like the winners then. But
Me too.
But in serious, like I think Legends would have been cooler if you get like I know that there was like the talk of like Lex and Rob C and people's names that were flying around. But now that we actually are done with season 39 and they put together that trailer and all that, if Survivor would have went forever without actually doing an all-winner season, it would have been a tragedy because this is the only show that can really pull this off. And yeah, they didn't cast it perfectly, but there's like certain reasons why you can see why certain people weren't asked back. And I'm totally fine with everybody who's out there. Yeah, there's people I would have rather seen, but they had to do all winners once. This is the only time they're ever going to do it. And yeah, Legends would be cool, but like that's kind of what Heroes versus Villains was when they did it the first time. Yeah, and that's kind of what All Stars was when they did it the first time. And Game Changers was obviously a Legend season, right? I mean,
obviously.
Obviously.
So Winners is just something that really has obviously never been done. Yeah. Anything like it has ever happened in reality television history. Basically, has there ever been a game show with the
closest thing I can think of is what Jeopardy's doing right now.
Well, no, the MTV Challenge has done a champions thing. So I mean that Survivor essentially steals their ideas from the challenge. So.
To further Phil's point, to me it's winners, even because like everyone I know who doesn't watch Survivor, which is the majority of the people I know, they're like, oh my God, how did they get 20 winners to come back? Yeah. And I think the $2 million prize is really huge too. But I just think it's so crazy that they were able to wrangle up 20 people who won the game. So winners.
And I don't think they knew that it was $2 million until they got out there.
Yeah, I agree.
That's awesome. Yeah. That's great.
So there obviously had to be backups in case something went down, someone got hurt right before they went down. Who do you think the two, and Jonny, you may know this, how many people are on standby on a season if something goes down bad, like right before the show starts?
I don't think, as from everything I'm aware of, there was not a single backup.
There's no alternate for
Wow.
winners.
I think they knew they could have called Hatch or Tina if they needed to,
Yeah.
but like they never called
Mike Holloway, Chris
Daughtry,
Daughtry, and
Fabio, like like not even to see their availability.
Which I think I want to ask Alexa and Phil this. So, don't you think it's pretty screwed up that you don't at least make a phone call to all the potential winners that have ever played, just to make the phone call, as Johnny would say, to muddy the waters? Don't you think it's a slap in the face to the winners that put their heart and soul into the game?
Yeah.
Or if they got lucky and won, that's bullshit to me.
And I think it's weird, especially for the women, because their pool is so small.
Mm-hmm.
What are there, 4 women winners who aren't there?
Yeah.
And one of them is Tina, the second winner ever.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, like, especially not having the first 2 winners is a little tough. But yeah, I think you're right, because like Mike Holloway was super popular, and if he didn't even get a phone call, like, why is that? And I know that for whatever reason, there's no interest, from what it seems like from production side, to bring Vecepia back. And I'm sure from like a TV standpoint, people aren't thinking that, but I'd like to see that. Like, how would Jenna Maraska do now that she's not 21? And I know, like, there's a separate thing, but I would have liked to see any combination. So I'm pretty shocked that if that's the case, that happened.
Or Brian Heidick.
Yes. How would he do? I mean, that'd be insane.
Everybody keeps saying that the first 2 winners aren't on it, but what everybody forgets too is that 5 of the first 6 winners aren't on it.
Yeah.
And Sandra Diaz-Twine is mainly back because of the reputation she built after Heroes versus Villains.
Yeah.
If she had never played Heroes versus Villains, which I don't know if she was like one of the last people at it or whatever it was, but if she doesn't win Heroes versus Villains, Sandra probably doesn't play on this season. And then you're looking at 6 of the first 7 winners don't play. And I'm looking at Amber as she's only there because Boston Rob is there and they want this dynamic. If we got both of them, this is going to be great. Look at this. Yeah. And then you don't have Chris Doherty. You don't have Tom. You don't have, and then you finally get to Danny. So it's like they really did not pull from these early winners. And I think I don't know if they were worried that they just weren't going to be as relevant in people's minds, but we talk about this a lot on our podcast. I think what's becoming the biggest problem with Survivor is people aren't playing it to win. They're playing it to play again. And I wonder if like they went with the recent people because they're just the most active on social media. They have the people who are always like behind them. I don't know what their reasoning was, but that's just like a trend I've seen recently is a lot of the people who play, like Tommy Sheehan, for as much as Fairplay rips on him, he went out there to win. He didn't go out there to play a second time. And I think
you could tell that.
Yeah, but I think honestly, I wish everybody would go out there and play to win in their own way rather than play to play a second time.
No, I love that perspective, dude. That's beautifully said. I mean, it's crazy to me that you play with the mindset of wanting to play again. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know why you wouldn't,
Yeah.
If I'm playing to fucking win the game.
Yeah.
Right. And also from a fan perspective, and I know that like I'm not the average fan, but I was way more excited hearing that I'm going to see Ethan, Parvati, Yule. My excitement for them was so much more than anybody from the past 10 seasons. And so,
except Michelle.
Of course, except for Michelle. So to me, like, okay, maybe the world isn't the biggest like Vecepia fan or Brian Heidick fan, but to me, I would love to see how they play now.
I would love to see Brian, especially.
Yeah,
it's so cutthroat. It's interesting. It's interesting.
Well, as far as this upcoming season, for me personally, I have never been more excited to watch a season in probably 5 years or more.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So no, I'm super excited.
Yeah,
so.
And I think too with Legends, they could do Legends season 42, 43, 44, 45, 46. It doesn't matter. But to do an all winners, it's got to be an epic number.
Yeah.
And
you got to get lightning in a bottle with that.
Yeah. So I think this was just the right time to do it. 20 years in, it's a big anniversary. I just think it worked.
Yeah, I'm cool with it. So.
All right, do we wrap this up?
Who is up next for pick 5?
You picked last
it up,
first.
Matt.
Yeah.
So I am up again, and I am going to pick someone who was a quiet player, someone who's not the type A personality like Mr. Jonny Fairplay. Someone who's kind of still in the little scene of clickiness from what I see over the years on social media. Sophie Clark, winner of Survivor, South Pacific, my pick number 5. I don't think she's going to be some huge target to go out early. And if she gets in them with the right people, she could fly under the radar and win the game.
I didn't even know she was on social media.
It's on Instagram. I'm not sure about Twitter.
That's a no follow. I mean, I like people watching people do cool stuff. So that doesn't seem like that would apply.
Tell me how you really feel, Fairplay.
I think her and you will be great together on Edge of Extinction.
Oh, so real quick before your guys' final picks, there is rumor and innuendo that someone quits Edge of Extinction.
Ooh,
taps out.
Spicy.
So who do you guys think that would be? I think it could be Sandra Diaz Twine. Like, I'm over it.
I think it's Amber.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Amber.
I think Amber's gonna. I really feel like Amber could get screwed early because her tribe loses maybe like the first 2 challenges or something, and they know a swap's coming, so they want to get rid of her, and they didn't get a chance to get rid of Boston Rob. They vote out Amber. She goes over there and says, "Why am I going to do this? I've already won. My husband's still in the game. There's no reason for me to keep playing."
Right.
I think it's her.
yeah.
Right on.
And potentially got $200K for just stepping off the plane. So.
Yeah. Potentially.
There you go. Rumor and innuendo. We have no clue.
Alexa, you are
All right. I like how this has lined itself up because we still got Sandra on the board.
Oh, is she there? I didn't.
And we've still got Boston Rob on the board, and I know Phil feels pretty passionately about him. So I'm pretty happy with how this ended up.
I don't think I am.
Well, without further ado, I am going to put the nail in everyone's coffin. I am going to take Ben Driebergen, winner of Survivor Heroes versus Healers versus Hustlers.
Alexa,
I don't know if he has a chance. Yes.
Before you make this pick, I have some information you may not be aware of.
What are you doing, Phil? What's going on?
Are you sure? Because this could change your mind. I don't know if you know this.
What's going on?
All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead. I don't know if this is a spoiler.
Sounds like it's about to be.
Johnny's such an idiot.
Did you know that Ben served our nation's military? If he drops this bombshell on the rest of the fucking winners,
he fucking wins.
I mean, it's TKO. It's like a fucking bomb in Iran.
I was like, there's no way that's a joke he's about to make. It can't be that. Wait, Phil's muted.
Oh, that's so great that Phil's muted.
Phil, you're muted.
You're muted, Phil.
You guys muted.
Are you back?
I am picking him because he served our nation's military.
Oh, you heard? Did you? What was it? I guess it was probably on some.
It was a spoiler. I go on the spoiler Reddit.
Oh, Survivor Sucks Reddit.
Yeah. I go on Survivor Sucks and I have a fucking meltdown.
Yeah. So what were you saying, Phil? You were muted.
Am I back?
Yeah, you're back.
You're back.
Okay,
you're back.
I was literally waiting for this pick all night just so Fairplay would say, "Did you know he served our nation?"
Oh yeah.
That's like one of my. It's like one of my favorite jokes you do because it is like harmless, but it's also what his whole storyline was.
It's consistent. You always slip the joke in.
Honestly, it is not as bad because going into this to this season, we have a patron that has actually gone back to watch Survivor Triple H. Mm-hmm. And is doing a count. So as of let me refresh this. Okay, so the streak is broken. Episode 5 ends with Ben finally mentioning his military service again, and a lengthy conversational. I actually thought about counting it twice, but that would be cheating, so I didn't. So for the first episode, he mentions it. No mentions in 2, 3, and 4, and then again on 5. But I think they end with a flurry of military mentions.
I actually like Ben.
I like Ben a lot.
I do too.
You always talk shit on him, but I really like. I have And I was searching through my Instagram trying to find an old picture the other day, and I ran across my family and my kids so fucking stoked, man, like rooting for Ben. We were all rooting for Ben. I was pumped on Ben, really. I was stoked he won, and regardless of the circumstances, and
very likable in real life. Very likable.
Awesome guy.
And
he was actually the
he's
first winner I ever met.
And a stud. I mean, he's a big boy. So I mean, like he's someone that you would like if you're looking for a physical advantage and challenges, he's someone you want on your side.
He's somebody who really did just get hated because he won. If he doesn't win season 35 and finishes second and Chrissy wins, I honestly don't think people dislike
No. I don't think
thought it was rigged for him.
Well, I think people didn't like the potential rigging, and even more that fucking finale was a fucking shit show. I mean, no one gave a fuck about watching Ben with his fucking military drinking buddies hanging out on the stage for 20 minutes. No one. That's not why we fucking watched the show. So it wasn't the feel good moment that
being shoved in my face the whole time.
Yeah.
Like I didn't like that.
Yeah. So no, that was top 3 worst finales of all time. Karamoan, whatever this last fucking season was called, and that shit show were the 3 fucking worst finales ever.
I just think with Ben, like people might not take him seriously because of his win. So why vote him out? So
and they created the fire challenge just to keep him in. Like people hate that. I mean, there's just so many things. Like I'm done with the fucking fire challenge. I mean,
I hate the fire. It's so bad.
It's got.
I like the fire challenge when there's a fucking time. Like that's cool. Like this fucking bullshit. Like I don't.
There's
like
no
that.
suspense anymore. It's just
no.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
Speaking of making fire, Phil.
Yeah, let's see. So I'm between Boston Rob and Sandra. I hope this works.
I love them both.
I know you do. These are your 2 favorite people. I wonder if this works. Let's see if it does. Let's see.
What are we doing?
Hold on. I got to add this in. Hold on.
Add that in.
Add the stream.
Fairplay. You see that right there?
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Look there.
That's me and Sandra Diaz Twine.
Sure. That would be a great pick.
Don't we look so happy together and everything?
You do.
We do, right?
Yep.
That's us watching you get her on your team as
the
last person.
There it is.
I'm taking Boston Rob. Let's go.
Yeah.
What a way to end it.
You're welcome, Fairplay. I'm taking Boston Rob and Alexis.
Oh no! What happened?
Sorry. Alexis back.
Okay.
Was that gone? Did you just bounce me?
I was trying to bounce the other one.
I told you if you're gonna bounce one of the 2 of them, you know.
Yeah. So
I'm super happy with how this ended.
I mean, I don't love Boston Rob.
Yeah.
I think that a lot of his lines were scripted for season 39.
I think he had one really good episode. I thought the rest was
that's kind of how I felt. I thought it was a little too much. Yeah. I mean, I liked Boston Rob season 4, season 8, and season 20. Like, and then it just got too much, but I'll take him and I'll give Fairplay what he wanted the whole time. He pretty much did get the first pick by getting the last pick because he knew he was going to get who he wanted the entire time.
Well, I mean, it's only fitting that my favorite winner in the history of Survivor would be on my team. And I mean, as logic would dictate, she is the odds-on favorite to win.
Absolutely.
Because she's done it twice. No one else on this list has.
There you go.
So, the probability of her winning 3 times is probably much greater than theirs. Yeah, I wish her the best. I don't know what this does for me as a person if I win. So I guess I'm going to have to fucking root against myself. Hey, listen, I have 4. I just crossed her out. I have 4 very strong people on my team. Sandra, I love you. I know you're actually listening to the podcast. You'll send me a mean text tomorrow. It's okay. Buy the new Queen Sandra shirt at johnnyfairplay.com. With every purchase, you get a phone call from me, Jonny Fairplay, thanking you for your purchase. Unless you get the Matt shirt and then Matt calls you, or unless he didn't. I don't know.
I can't wait for Sandra to buy that shirt and then you have to call her.
Oh no, she's already out. Trust me, Sandra gets a cut. In case anyone wondering if Sandra gets a cut from that shirt, she gets a cut. I make the thing of it is she gets $2 a shirt. I make $4 a shirt. Like, all these people are just like, oh, Fairplay's killed it. Motherfucker, I don't kill it with t-shirts, I assure you. It's more of a pain in the ass to make the fucking phone call than it is to fucking sell the shirt. So the goal is to sell enough shirts to where it's finally worth it. It ain't been worth it yet. 3 fucking years in, and it ain't fucking. I mean, like, motherfucker, I got fucking these fucking news. They're just like, hey, can you send me a shirt? I'm just like, okay, so check this out. It's $20 to have the fucking shirt designed, and then I upload all that and I sell shirts. So I'm looking at 5 fucking shirts before I'm at break even. Spoiler alert, Nora hasn't sold 5 fucking shirts yet. Lauren hasn't sold 5 shirts yet, and she bought 3. Busted Can of Biscuits hasn't. She might have sold 5 shirts.
She's probably sold 5.
So, but
yeah, all I gotta say, this was super fun. I hope we can do it again. I enjoyed myself, and I'm excited for the February 5th retrospective show.
You gonna be in it?
Well, I shouldn't.
Johnny will probably be in it. I won't be.
I felt like. So I got an email like a couple months ago, and they're just like, "Hey, can you make us a video?" And so I made a video.
Exciting.
And then I asked a few people because I didn't want to be like I felt like if they didn't send that to if they sent it out to everyone, I was like, well then I'm not even gonna fucking bother doing it. But like I asked a couple people and I was like, hey, did you get this email? And they're like, no. And I was like, ooh, now I feel like an asshole. I was like, Matt, did you get that email? He's like, I was like, so, and then I asked, some other survivors. So very few emails went out. So I think that I'm a part of it, which would be an honor. So no, I'm looking forward to watching. That's February 5th, a 40th season retrospective special, and also February 12th, the big premiere. You can join me and Matt Bischoff in Mason, Ohio, at Sonder Brewing. And tickets are available now. The lowest they've ever been: $15 general admission, $65 VIP. It's VIP starts at 6 p.m. You get the meet and greet and War of the Winners buff and 8x10s autograph pics of the castaways that are there. 7 p.m. Matt's supergroup Soulgroup will be performing from 7 to 8. At 8 o'clock, we're going to have the big premiere of Survivor War of the Winners. Or Winners at War, sorry.
That sounds good though.
Whatever, same thing.
I like that.
And then we're gonna have the live Survivor NSFW podcast after that. So that's in Mason, Ohio. So any of you guys in the Cincinnati, Ohio regions and area, or even outlying areas, please make your way there. Find Tix now at survivortix.com. That's survivortix.com. I can tell you that we are almost sold out of VIP. So.
And here's the deal. So most likely, if schedules go well, you will see Roger Bingham. You will see Matthew Sash Linehan. You will see Marcus Lehman. You will see Angela Perkins from Ghost Island. That's you probably aren't going to see Lil from Pearl Islands. But
actually, Lil reached out to. When did she reach out to me? Was it 2 weeks ago?
She did. That's news to me.
Yeah, Lil reached out in the private Survivor group and asked about the whole Pawn Stars thing.
Huh. Well, maybe she'll come out.
And I decided for some reason, well, I can tell exactly why. I was friendly back because I wanted to come to the fucking premiere.
Now, that would be great. So, yeah, go to survivortix.com and it's going to be great. And are you guys doing a viewing party, or are you going to do anything special? You guys
watch it,
Alexa?
We're gonna watch.
Did you say we'll watch it?
Yeah, we're gonna watch the episode.
We're gonna watch it. You're not gonna skip the premiere.
I'm gonna live tweet it.
We'll watch it. We'll talk about it.
No, people have mentioned the watch parties, and I think that would be so freaking fun. But us being so far away is just
It makes it
It
hard.
is just like not possible.
I'm finally doing a season 40 New York deal.
Yes.
Yeah. So
All right, let's do it.
And
Do
I will
it.
say to anyone,
Nice and early.
I will
anyone who's
revisit. I'll revisit your
contemplating
suggestion.
going to fair players.
What's that?
Oh wait, one of us cut out. I think it was me.
What was that, Phil?
I think I cut out. I was going to say anybody contemplating going to the NSFW one. I went to the one in LA.
Yes.
Johnny puts on a great show. Like I know that the people who are listening are already like going to go to this type of thing, but if you're thinking like $15, $65, it's nothing. Like that's nothing. Everybody just wants everything for free nowadays. It's nothing, and he puts on a great show. When that one in LA was so fun, and you know what you had Jay and I mean some people who weren't supposed to be there made appearances. It was fantastic.
War Dog that wasn't supposed to be there.
Oh yeah, that guy.
I had Rhino, JP, Fabio, Nina,
Bob Dog showed up.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Wow.
It was amazing. It was a great time. And like, I think so many people were like coming up to you at the end, like, oh, I'm going to bring my friends the next time. And it's like, well, they should have came this time. Like, what, did they not trust you? Like, so if you're thinking about it, go to the one in Ohio. It's great.
I might do one more in LA.
Come back to me, Fairplay.
I might. We'll see.
Right on. Well, thank you guys very much.
This is a
crossover episode.
No, this was nothing special. But if you do think about New York, now that I know like what your locations are, I'll resend you a new list.
Okay, there we go.
All right. Anyways, keep going, Matt.
No, I just thank you guys very much. It was super awesome. I was looking very forward to this, and I had a blast. So thank you guys very much, and we will see you guys next week on another episode of Survivor NSFW. Cheers, everybody, and good night.
Cheers, y'all.